Can anyone catch them, do you think?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, unbelievable. We didn't expect that.
As unbelievable as it sounds, this is another Arsenal podcast. That is the Away Gooners podcast. We bring news and reaction from Arsenal fans from all over the world. Told you there, EFL game is coming up, so this is a must win for now. Like not just for the team, for Arteta, right? I mean, it's against Championship club. They are not going to take this seriously, from what I can see, because they have to target their championship. They are going to go for the promotion, so they might play a second string, and our second string is kind of our first string right now. So so what are your thoughts on this coming EFL game? I mean, we are recording just before the game.
They are literally 2 positions below us. That's it. We are 19, they are second.
That's a
very good one.
So Bob, go ahead.
Yeah, I think we could.
And I think it's sorry, Bob. I think it's also because we need to score a goal to avoid the shame of featuring something from the training sessions as the goal of the month. So that's a lot of expectations. I don't think we've ever went into an EFL game with so many expectations.
So yeah, go ahead, Bob.
I was gonna say there will be a few people, few names would be giving the nod. I feel Nelson would be coming in at some point, and so would be Odegaard. And I feel Ramsdale could make his debut there. So there are actually a few debuts to actually look out for. I mean, technically Odegaard has had a debut in a national shirt, so I don't know whether it would be second homecoming or not. But I feel it would be sort of a strong lineup against West Bromwich, because partly to the fact as what the guys touched upon, our second string is the first string, so we don't really have much options on the bench as such, apart from who do we have in the field.
Elneny might start.
Yeah, Elneny might start, and if at all, is touted move to other club is progressing, then he probably would as well get dropped off. But yeah, we could expect to see a very strong lineup. I don't know how the results would go, because none of us could even go on to the prediction mode yet. Even Arteta or the players wouldn't know what they are going to play or how they are going to play. Arteta probably would know, but yeah, I don't think that would be really getting onto the pitch. But yeah, I expect to see a strong lineup.
So Deepak, you mentioned that they are just 2 positions or 3 positions below us. But this position, whatever we are in, right? It is just very early. It is very early in the season, and it's not like we have been in a decline and then suddenly this season we are still in decline. We had a very strong finish to the last season, although that is after we are out of all the stress and everything. But still, we went there and put those points on table. Right? If we and then we had a very disappointing preseason. How much do you take out of preseason is something, and then these 2 games we have been disappointment.
We haven't won a game, if you see, for some long time, some months.
Yeah. but then again, right? But then again, were we really expecting to win against Chelsea or City? No. So the only loss that actually mattered was against Brentford, which we should have won, but we lost. So it's like, if you consider a season, if I ask you right now, in this season, what are the games that you would lose, right? Chelsea would be 1, City would be 1, United probably, Liverpool probably.
Do right? The reverse, Vijay. Talk about the games that
could be. No, but then again, right? So it's not like all doom and gloom, but it feels like for Arteta, it is kind of a litmus test right now. So if I ask you the question, what is the tipping point for Arteta in Arsenal? Would you say if he lost this game and if he lost against City, that's it?
Or if he loses against West Brom, I think it would be tough for him to justify what he's doing.
True.
I think he has to win the West Brom. If he loses that one, I think he probably might get fired. There will be too much of fan pressure in the social media and stuff. he better win that game. That would be like really bad. So City game is obvious right off. No one expects us to win City game. But the thing is, after that, who we face? I think we face Norwich, Burnley. Then we have the North
North
London
London
Derby.
Derby, yeah.
These are like winnable games. North London Derby is the one which we play at home. He should definitely win it. So I feel there shouldn't be any tipping point for him. Every game should be like I feel like every game after the City game should be like if he loses, he should be like scrutinized, because these are the games which you should win, like Norwich, Burnley, Brighton, and what Villa. Yeah, even Aston Villa, we lost previous season, but still you are expected to turn up against Villa. The only game I see until Liverpool is Leicester City away, which is a tough game. The rest of the games he should be winning, and we should be having nothing.
Villa is a bit of another tough game at home.
That
Though
is
we
also
play them at
still a home game, but
home game, yeah.
yeah, but our home form is like shit. But still, he should, on paper, these are the games which he should win. We are saying like Arteta's team turns up against Big Six teams, which is not happening in this season. So at least he should turn up against the team which we are expected to win. So it should not be like we are giving time until this game. It should be every single game after City game. He should win. Let's say like we win against Norwich. It shouldn't be like he gets time till Leicester. What if he goes and we lose against Burnley? We take one step forward and like take two steps backward. It doesn't make sense at all. So it should be like every single game we have to turn up and win these points, take points. If you ask for a specific tipping point, probably till Watford game, which is we have an international break, I believe, till Liverpool. Yeah. So if we should have at least 15 points, 5 wins. It is not too much of an ask. We can win against Norwich, Burnley, Tottenham. Let's leave North London. Brighton, Crystal Palace, and Villa and Watford. Actually, he should get 18 points, if I say.
That's a very good way of looking at it. I mean, that's a very practical way of looking at it. But Arun, do you see this happening? Like, is there going to be a scrutiny? I mean, there is one thing as expectation and there is one thing as reality, especially in a season where where the owners have backed him so heavily, like given him 120,000 kitty till now on the players. And these are not proven players. These are like young players that he has brought in. So do you see actually this, although it makes sense, whatever Deepak said makes sense, that every game has to be scrutinized. Do you see that happening in person?
Ideally it should, and I think there would be scrutiny because the board has invested. Like they've given him the kind of profile of players that he wanted. Ben White was a signing that was made, a statistical signing made like to find the right kind of fit player for this system that we are playing under Arteta. So that's basically a signing that Arteta wanted. And given that we are like trying to get rid of all these deadwood, and these deadwood being people signed by the previous managers who don't seem to fit in Arteta's plans at all, we are doing sort of it's the first step of an overall, if you could call it. So we can keep saying that there's still a right back that we need, there's still a defensive midfielder we need, Xhaka's not up to the mark and all that. But if you're not able to give the confidence to the board that in spite of investing 120 million, like you said, you're not able to like give any confidence in terms of the results or like things that happen on the pitch, then why should the board continue to like support you for another window, knowing that is probably again going to like probably going to have another write-off season, which could become the case. Like if 120 million doesn't work now, they're not going to pump in another 120 million in the winter, right? So ideally there should be scrutiny. The board, it's someone needs to be held accountable, and then right now, and I think the best person to be held accountable in any club is the manager first. He's the one who gets sacked, he's the one who gets the plaudits. So when we really see, I totally agree with Deepak. For me in my head as well, Watford is like the point where the club should like really say, you have not got the 15 to 18 points that you're expected to get during this period. if you're not really showing it what is progress according to your words, like there should be some definition of the progress that we keep making, or the project and the plan. There should be some short-term goals. Short-term goal is we have to be here at this point in time. If that is not really defined, if that is not like really showing, instead, if we get blanket statements like this project is going to take time, any project takes time, but we want to be there to see the fruition, right? So yeah, Watford, for me, there should be scrutiny. He should be held accountable. If things don't improve by Watford, yeah, if we not get 15, 18 points by Watford, there's no point. If he's not going to be able to change anything after.
So, Bob, let me finish this Arteta conversation with you, right? Because it seems like he also met with Josh Kroenke recently. There seemed to be a meeting
during the weekend.
Yeah, and even after that, I think there were news about like that Arteta having a meeting with Josh in his London hotel or something, and then coming out of it. So there are two sides of it, right? Like I think the Kroenkes want Arsenal to get back because they know that Super League is coming up at some time, not right now, but some kind of a Super League kind of thing might come up. That's why I think they are pumping in this money to get Arsenal up there, or else we are missing out. Right now, or if right now there is going to be a Super League that's going to be forming, Arsenal is going to miss out. Right?
Right now we'll be there in the Championship Super League.
No,
we'll be always there.
But seriously, right? That has to be one of the driving factors for the whatever we talk about it. Stan and Josh, KSE themselves want more money out of Arsenal. They want this to be a successful business. And for it to be a successful business, it has to be successful on the pitch, right? And we have been unsuccessful for a long time. Now, if we consider like 6, 5, 6, 8, 8, that's what our last positions have been. So we have not been successful in a long time. So what is going to be the criteria? Is this going to happen? Like, will we be ready to sack Arteta if things don't turn up?
Yeah, so